His eyes behind his pince-nez had a pre-revolutionary twinkle. "Master!" bellowed Tikhon with delight. "Back from Paris!" Carefully closing the door behind Tikhon, Ostap Bender turned to Ippolit Matveevich, who was still standing in the middle of the room, and said, "Take it easy, everything's all right. My name is Bender. You may have heard of me." "No, I haven't," said Ippolit Matveevich nervously. "No, how could the name of Ostap Bender be known in Paris? Is it warm there just now? It's a nice city. I have a married cousin there. She recently sent me a silk handkerchief by registered post." "What rubbish is this?" exclaimed Ippolit Matveevich. "What handkerchief? I haven't come from Paris at all. I've come from..." "Marvelous! You've come from Morshansk to visit your deceased grandmother." Ippolit Matveevich had really never met such a talkative young person as Ostap Bender and began to feel peculiar. "Well, I better go now," he said. "You don't need to worry. Where are you going? They will come for you themselves." At this, Ippolit Matveevich, Ippolit Matveevich was speechless. He undid his threadbare velvet coat and sat down on the bench, glaring at Bender. "I don't know what you mean," he said in a low voice. "Don't worry, you soon will. Just wait a moment." Ostap put on his orange-colored boots and started walking up and down the room. "Which frontier did you cross? Was it Polish, Finnish, or Romanian frontier? It must be an expensive pleasure. You know, one of my friends recently also crossed the frontier, but the frontier guards grabbed him, made him a charge, and gave him 6 months. Later on, he was expelled from the trade union. His wife is allowed to bring him things. So, did you come this way too?" "Honestly," protested Ippolit Matveevich, suddenly feeling himself in the power of the talkative young man who had come between him and his jewels. "Honestly, I'm the citizen of RSFSR. I can show you my identification papers if you want." With printing being as well developed as it is in the West, the forgery of Soviet identification papers is nothing. Ippolit Matveevich felt great fear that the young man could spread it around the town. The former marshal had returned. This would be the end of everything, and he might be put in jail as well. "Don't tell anyone you saw me," he said. "They might really think I'm an emigrant." "That's more like it. First we have an emigrant who has returned to his hometown, and now we see that he is afraid of the secret police who will catch him. But I've told you 100 times I'm not an emigrant." "Then why are you here?" "I've come from the town of N for certain business." "What business?" "Personal business." "And then you say you're not an emigrant." "A friend of mine." At this point, Ippolit Matveevich, driven to despair by the stories of Bender's friend, and feeling that he was not going anywhere, gave in. "All right, I'll tell you everything." And he told Ippolit Matveevich everything he knew about the jewels of his deceased mother-in-law. "Not a big choice. The stones have been tastefully selected, I see. So, how much did all these gems cost?" "Well, 70 to 75,000. That must be about 150,000 now." "Really? As much as that?" exclaimed Ippolit Matveevich jubilantly. "Not less than that. However, dear friend from Paris, if I were you, I would spit at it." "What do you mean, spit at it?" "Just that, with spittle, like they used to before the advent of historical naturalism." "Why?" "I'll tell you. How many chairs were there?" "A dozen. It was a drawing room suite." "Your drawing room suite was probably used for firewood long ago." Ippolit Matveevich was so alarmed that he actually stood up. "Take it easy, I'll take charge, the hearing is continued. Incidentally, you and I will have to conclude a little deal." Ippolit Matveevich breathed heavily and nodded his assent. Ostap Bender then began stating his terms. "So, In the event of acquisition of the treasure, I, as a direct partner, as the technical advisor of the concession, receive 60%. You needn't pay my national health, I don't care about that. Ippolit Matveyevich turned grey. That's daylight robbery. And how much did you intend offering me? Well, 5, maybe 10%. That's 1,500,000 rubles. Do you realize? And that's all? Yes. Maybe you all want me to work for nothing and also give you the key of the apartment where the money is. In this case, I'm sorry, said Ippolit Matveyevich through his nose, but I have all the reasons to believe that I can manage my business by myself. In this case, I'm also sorry, retorted the splendid Ostap, that I also have all the reasons to believe, as Andy Tucker used to say, that I also can manage your business by myself. You swindler, cried Ippolit Matveyevich, but Ostap was unmoved. Listen, dear gentleman from Paris, do you know that your jewels are practically in my pocket, and I'm interested in you only as much as I want to prolong your old age? Ippolit Matveyevich only then realized what iron hands had gripped him by the throat. 20%, he said coolly. And my food? 25%. And the key of the apartment. But that's 37,500 rubles. You're a very nasty old man. You're too fond of money. And I suppose you aren't, squeaked Ippolit Matveyevich in a flute-like voice. No, I'm not. Then why do you want such a big sum of money? On principle. Ippolit Matveyevich took a deep breath. Well, all right, I'll settle for 50%. We'll go halves. So, are things moving? Pressed Ostap. Ippolit Matveyevich breathed heavily and said humbly, yes, things are moving. It's a bargain, dear district chief of the Comanche. How this story ended you all know. That's why enjoy the rest of the evening, Mrs. Toastmaster.